Hello everyone, welcome again. Today we are going to start NCRT Class 7 Chapter 6 Civics Understanding Media. First of all, I would like to ask you people, what is your favorite TV program? You people must be watching TV, and what is your favorite TV program? You must be having some serial or some other, we can say, program which will be your favorite one. And then you must be listening to radio. Then which newspaper you people use? You people read. There must be some newspaper that will be your favorite one. And you people must be using internet these days. Then all these things means we can say television, newspaper, internet is collectively called media. We can say TV, newspaper, internet and radio. The use of these things collectively is called media. It is a way through which something we can say travels. For example, suppose I am having a bucket. I am having water in that bucket and I want to sail a boat in that bucket. It means that water will be a medium for the boat to sail. Just like this, media is very much important for we people. We can say it connects to various people with each other. Now, media connects people. It is a medium to connect people with each other. It can connect from one person to another person and from one person to we can say many persons. For example, if we listen the speech of Prime Minister, then it is heard by all the people in the world because it is possible through mass media that we are able to listen to the speech of the Prime Minister. Now there is difference between media and mass media because information, it is a change of information. First of all, I would like to tell you traditional media. It is a conventional source. In traditional media there is broadcast media and print media. And in new media there is the use of internet, email, phone or computers we can say. Then broadcast media. It is sent through whenever some information is sent through radio, television to a number of people, that is broadcast media. Now in print media there are books, magazines, newspapers are included. And mass media, as I have already told you, that when information reaches to a number of people, that is called mass media. Now comes media and technology. We all know that technology plays an important role in today's world. Then it reaches the masses. Everything that reaches the masses is possible only due to, we can say, technology. For example, there is a storm in US. At the same time, we are having that very much news on channels in India. It means we are getting the news from US, same news from US and same news from Indian TVs. Then how this happens? All this happens through satellite communication because technology has made the world much closer and smaller. We can view the world at our own house. Now media and money. All the companies have to clear the cost of broadcasting, or it is possible whether it is broadcasting company or whether it is print company. In mass media we have big business houses. We give the advertisement to those companies and they then on radio, television and newspaper our advertisements are shown through media. And when the people use media and they read and listen to the advertisements given and they make their view that they are to buy a particular thing or not to buy it. Then people buy the same product. If they are getting, we can say, attracted by that product, they buy that product and this cycle goes on. When big business houses, the person who is giving advertisement, he gets money from the, we can say, sale of the product. And in return, he has to give money to the big business houses because they are advertising his product. So this circle goes on. Now another important aspect of media is democracy. It is called the fourth pillar of democracy. There is one thing that media should be independent of ideas. Media shouldn't favor any political party or any, we can say any other important party, there are certain issues on which media can take side of that party, and one-sided opinion should not be there. Media should be free and independent. Sometimes we have seen that there is some political party and media is having higher inclination towards that political party. To avoid this inclination, censorship is there. Mainly censorship is put on in film industry. Sometimes you have seen that in some pictures there is censorship on a song or on a particular we can say dialogue or a particular scene. That is called censorship, that they are prohibited to show to the public. Same censorship was there at the time of Indira Gandhi, when there was censorship put on print media and news channels, so that the people may not be, we can say, led over by the views which the media is giving about some particular political party. Then closure of factories also cause unrest. We can say there are so many problems in slum areas, for example, safe drinking water and hygienic conditions. Everybody has the right to speak about the problems they are facing. Then the people can also protest for the policies with which they are not happy. Then all these things are covered by media, and sometimes there is signature campaign which is held, which is also covered by media. Then what happens? This compels government to rethink about the policy which they have made, and then people come out with suggestions, and then inputs are laid so that the working should be smooth. Now we will discuss about the independence of media. We can say media should be free and independent. It should be untouched. There should be no influence on any coverage of any political party or any influential person, we can say. News channels should be free of censorship. Now, when it comes to television, it works for the welfare of the people, and we can say it a window of the world. Window of the world. It has made the world a smaller place to live in. It should be independent so that clear picture should be with the people, and according to that picture they should make up their mind for any issue. Then setting agenda. We can say media makes the agenda. More the advertisements, more the media, more the advertisements, and it informs us about the lives of the people, and it talks about issues, and it tells us which issues are to be given priority, which issues are to be left, and which issues are to be discussed later on. It means it sets the agenda and gives information to the people at time to time. Then we can have an example of Khabar Lahariya. It is a magazine which is released after every fortnightly. It is run by a Dalit woman in Chitrakoot and Uttar Pradesh. It is released in Bundeli language, and we can say it is a 8 pages. It is having 8 pages, a type of newspaper. It brings in various cases of violence against Dalit people and political corruption that is existing in the society. So we can say media should be free and independent. It should try to bring equality in the society. It should remove discrimination which is being done, and it should be very much effective and independent. So this was all about the chapter media. So in the end we can say that media should be free and independent. It should be of such type that it should not be under the influence of any person or any political party. It should give clear-cut picture to the common people, so they can make their views about any particular issue.